Hey everyone, it's Heidi and welcome to my video about how much I spent on my TwitchCon 2022 trip. So I went to San Diego last year and I had a ton of fun, but I really wanted to keep my budget pretty low for this trip, as low as possible. And I'm going to show you guys how I did it, tell you about how much I spent and how much I would have spent if I didn't have a little help from Southwest points and my bank. So TwitchCon 2022 was in October. I bought the tickets in August as soon as they went on sale. And the TwitchCon tickets with tax and everything cost $229. And I decided to use cash back from my bank. My bank gives me points for spending money on my credit card. So I got $200 cash back about the same day as I bought my tickets. So I'm going to say the actual cost was $229, but my cost was $29. Now I got to do something really cool and use my Southwest points. I had basically taken 4 or 5 flights round trip on Southwest, and I had enough points to get a one-way ticket to San Diego on Southwest. So my actual cost out of my bank account was $5.60, which is pretty good, you know. That's pretty cheap for a flight. And that was basically just tax that Southwest adds on when you use points for a flight. So the actual cost that it would have been is about $124. On the way back home from San Diego, I took an Alaska Airlines flight and I used my bank account points for that. Retail value, that would have cost about $189 for a direct flight, and I paid $0. It was all through my bank. Total cost of the flight for me was $5.60. If I had purchased it with dollars, it would have been $313. Now, I spent 5 nights in different hotels, and I rounded this number because it would be difficult to get an exact count. Hotels rounded to the nearest dollar were about $316 for 5 nights. I flew into San Diego on Wednesday, and Thursday morning, I went to the San Diego Zoo. Merchandise and lunch cost $31.18. The zoo ticket cost $64. And I also went to the Comic-Con Museum. The ticket for that was $33. And I bought a Spider-Man magnet that was $6.50. So the total cost for that day, the day before the convention, was $134.68. Now I'm going to talk about the convention days. So during the convention, I bought merchandise at the official store and also the Artist Alley. So I spent total $121.21. Between the food that I bought at the convention, fast food, and running to CVS, and then one night at dinner that was more fancy, had alcohol, between all of the food that I purchased, give or take, there could have been a few transactions that slipped through here, but the total is about $141.52. Last thing on my list, I had 4 Uber rides total. I was going between the airport and hotels and then other hotels to each other. So this would have been cut down if I had stayed at the same hotel the whole time. So this year, if I do attend again, hopefully I only need to do 2 Uber rides. Total Uber rides were $75.97. That's not terrible. I am pretty happy with that. It's definitely less than what a rental car would cost, plus parking and everything. Looking back on this list, I feel pretty good about how I spent my money. I definitely didn't spend that much money on food compared to what I feel like the average would be. I feel like merchandise I did okay on. And then, of course, the flights I think were a great deal because I barely paid anything. So now it's time for the grand total. And the total value altogether, if I had not used points, the actual cost would be $1,331.38. The total amount of money that I paid was $823.98. So I stuck to my budget. I told myself I would stay under $1,000. I feel like this is a good sign that if you need a budget trip, it is possible. I would definitely say book things ahead of time. If I could do things differently, I would look at hotels earlier, but it was hard to tell because, you know, you have to know the dates of the convention first before you can actually book hotel nights. I would definitely recommend having a credit card because you get points for spending money. Fly with the same airline, so that way you get more points on one airline. It's not spread out as much. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. If you want to see more content, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video, and have a great day. Bye.